Stay down on the coast. We've got another caller. Josh is on the line. Good afternoon, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's starting to rain here, but it's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
We need it.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
We own 3 cats, and one of them fairly recently has started, like, chewing her own fur off.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing. We've owned, in my life, I've had many dozens of cats growing up, and then as we've been married. I've never seen a cat do this. It's not fleas. We treat them for fleas, and there are no fleas on her. So I don't know why she's doing it or what the deal is. I don't know if it's causing her pain. I don't know how to stop it. So I thought I'd call the experts.
Well, where's it at that she's doing it at?
Mostly right around her tail, although there's some spots right on her, like on the bottoms of her feet and on her side. There's a couple of spots, but where she's really, really taken it off is from right at her tail. She's done about, I don't know, a quarter of her body.
Yeah. And does she have any little scabs there too, or?
Not really.
Not really?
Okay.
Just no fur. She just
Okay.
nibbled off all the fur.
Okay. Well, and what do you use as far as fleas go?
I don't remember the name of it. Right now, it's what we've been getting. It's the stuff we were getting in the vet, and they're selling it at Costco. It's like Advantix or
or
my
Frontline or
sister's a
something.
veterinarian, and so she recommends stuff to us.
Yeah. Well, the big thing, as far as with the specific area that you're talking about, it's still going to be highly likely that it could have something to do with fleas in that specific area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so if we have one that has a flea allergy and we look at those products and if all's great as far as we get the product on effectively like we're supposed to, everything's perfect. In the real world sense, if we've got a cat or a dog that has a flea allergy, then between that 3rd and 4th week, the efficacy rate is down low enough to where the fleas may be able to bite before they die.
Okay.
And so you set off that allergic response. And so in some of those instances, it may be that you need to, one, we want to make sure we put it on appropriately, but also that instead of doing it every 4 weeks, that you may need to do it every 3 weeks instead. And that may make a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is that...
Now, is there something we can put on topically?
On top, that's your flea stuff that you'd be putting on topically, as far as that goes.
Right.
But as far as, in general, what typically kind of quackery works on these cats is steroids. Cats tolerate steroids very well, and these are cats, the cats that are doing that, you give them a repository steroid injection, if everything else is okay with them and they're okay getting that, and they do great with it. The hair grows back. But, 6 to 8 weeks later, if we don't have the underlying problem taken care of as that steroid injection wears off, they start doing it again.
Right.
There's also an older... there's a product called Ovaban that is a kind of a progesterone steroid type compound that is an oral medicine that works well with it too, but it isn't used as much anymore because it had a lot higher association with diabetes and some other things, as far as that goes. And so really, instead of using the medicines, if we can get to the underlying problem, that's going to be the biggest thing, that's going to help you out.
Right. And your cats can have individual sensitivities to flea bites.
Right, just like we have different people have allergies to different things.
Right, so you just might have one cat that you need to try and remember to do every 3 weeks.
Right.
The flea medication. And we need to remind all of our listeners that here in South Carolina, flea, tick, and heartworm treatment is a 12-month a year.
Well, especially, the heartworm especially, but then the flea stuff, there are, if it was an outside-only cat and we get, past, point where we have some good freezes, you may be okay, but, safest thing probably is just to do it year-round, and then especially with indoor cats because, or indoor pets, because our house is always a perfect breeding ground, as far as fleas. They can reproduce year-round. Doesn't matter doesn't matter if it's 10 degrees outside.
Right. Yep. Okay.
All right, well, terrific.
Okay.
That's too easy. All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck, Josh.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.